Good morning, everybody. Joe from TreasureCoastRadar.com. Hope everybody's having a great morning. We're just kind of have this quick update here on Tropical Storm Bret. This is the latest track right here. Okay, you can see what's going on. Looking at the models, the modeling here, they're pretty consistently going to the west. These models over here, that's actually for Invest 93, and that's further back here. And ironically, if you look at this is weird. They both originated almost the same exact spot, each one. Both of them, just a short distance away from each other. That was their point when they actually started being tracked. It's almost the exact same place. So this is Bret right now. Little blow up there, the satellite. And you can see there's some convection. There's not a whole lot, but they still got the upper level spin in there, and it's still considered a tropical storm. Conditions are conductive for strengthening because of the warm waters. There is some shear, I think, from the top of the system here. That might be help preventing it from getting too big. But as it moves across here, they still think it's going to be near or at hurricane strength when it hits the islands. Okay. After that, wind shear is going to take its toll on it as it goes through this area here, and it's probably going to weaken or possibly even just dissipate. But now, most of the models have it going straight due west, as you can see here. So we don't have anything at all coming up towards Florida, so there's no need to worry up there. Hey guys, this is the GFS model for the next 6 days. You can see it starts to develop it here, comes across. As soon as it gets into this area, this is the GFS, it pretty much just dissipates it. It just pretty much dissipates. That's kind of been the consensus with most of the models now. As it comes into the Caribbean, the wind shear and the dry air are just pretty much going to take it out. But you can see it does develop it for a period of time here. Keeps it developed until right about here, which is just past the islands. So the islands still have to watch. We don't know. It could be a tropical storm, or it could possibly be a hurricane. It's showing a 998 system as it moves through this area. 998 millibars. Hey guys, this is another view of Bret. This is shown in a different way here with the satellite and the time frame. June 19th, 40 miles an hour. June 20th, still showing at 40. 50 miles an hour on Tuesday at 2 p.m. 65 miles an hour on Wednesday at 2 a.m. 70 miles an hour Wednesday at 2 p.m. And then 75 miles per hour, which is just barely Category 1 hurricane force at 2 a.m. on Thursday. Again, 75 miles an hour, 2 p.m. Here it shows that just as it's approaching the islands, right there, it's already starting to, according to this model, it's already starting to disintegrate some, down to 70 miles an hour. Okay, then, and that's at, let's see, that's at Friday at 2 a.m. And we come over here. Saturday, it's down to 65. Then it's down to 60. And then as it keeps going, that's as far as this track goes. But as it keeps going in, it keeps dropping because of the wind shear that's involved. Yeah, you can see on this map right here, you can see the wind coming across. There's wind shear up in here to the north of it. And as it gets in here, the wind shear is expected to be stronger in this area, and that's what's going to cause the system to eventually break up, hopefully. But with any tropical system, you never say never, okay? But that's what everything is projected to do. As far as Florida goes, we look okay. I don't see any threats at all for us. Here's a look at the SST, sea surface temperature anomaly. You can see here, this area right in here, that's where the El Nino is starting. That area was all blue last year as we were in the La Nina phase. Okay, now this is all getting above normal. You can see the real dark reds in here, especially over here. And that's all going to be above normal now. And that's going to cause the El Nino. And that will increase the trade winds going across this way, this direction, like that. And hopefully will put a cap on the hurricanes, especially in here in the Caribbean and through the MDR. Right now, I said it's just in the beginning stages, so it's not totally in place yet. But we are having some of the effects of it with all this bad weather that we're having up here in the south. The tornadoes and the severe thunderstorms, like day in and day out. That's all likely being caused possibly by the effects of the El Nino. But the thing that pretty much everybody's talking about, big time, is right here. Look at all that above normal SST temperatures, all that in this area right here, in the MDR. That's called the MDR, main development region. And this is unheard of. This is something we would expect to see August, September, but not in June. Okay, it's just not something we normally see. This area here, it's slightly above normal, not as much as over here, like around Florida and in the Gulf. There's even some below normal areas here in the Gulf, especially along the coast. And in previous years, this area up here was way above normal. And now it's like taking a complete turnaround. Now it's below normal here, but you can see there's some areas here that are starting to heat up, even up here along the east coast, way up in the top there. Okay, we're looking right now. This is the Euro model, and it's pretty much following pretty close to the same as the GFS now. They're both pretty much on board. If you watch, this is it right here. Watch that 1007 mark there. It moves across. Goes past the islands. Then it just kind of dissipates. Okay, and then it kind of picks it up back over here a little bit. Way over here as it's moving over into the Pacific. But it moves it straight. If you look, it's just moving it straight, almost due west. Okay, and then you see the other one down there, and that one's going to more than likely lift up and just go out to sea at Invest 93. You see that? I mean, even the Euro is pretty much not making it like really, it's not making it really strong. It's keeping it on the weak side. But there's still a possibility it could reach hurricane force just before it hits the islands. Now this we're looking at, this is the official track right from the National Hurricane Center site. And you can see that they have it marked here as a hurricane. Little short distance right here. But then as it approaches the islands, they have it weakened as they back down to a tropical storm. So it's still possible it'll be really close to hurricane force, okay, as it approaches the islands. And as you all know, once a storm reaches a certain speed, and then even if it weakens, lots of times the storm surge will remain that of the bigger storm. Okay, so even though it's weakening, the storm surge could be just as strong as if it was a minimal hurricane, for example, as it approaches here. And it shows it there at 2 a.m. Sunday. And then, of course, pretty much all the models just have it keep going straight across. In this graph, this shows the reasonable arrival time of tropical storm force winds. It gives you an idea here. This Wednesday 8 p.m., Thursday 8 a.m., Thursday 8 p.m. Okay, the islands are kind of right there. So Thursday morning, The center of this will be approaching the islands, right? You know, someplace in here, any place within this cone. Friday, 8 p.m. The storm will be through here. I don't know what'll be left of it, and then eventually, of course, it'll just start to dissipate as it keeps moving. And right now, the hurricane force wind speed probabilities, the National Hurricane Center is showing just this one small area here at the moment. That's the only spot right now where it could possibly become a hurricane. And then, of course, as it moves this way, it starts to weaken. But it's pretty close to these islands, so yeah, you know, it's possible it'll stay a hurricane if it becomes a hurricane. That's if. Okay, we don't know if it's going to or not. It may not. And then, you know, more than likely it's going to hit the area as a strong tropical storm. And of course, you have your key messages from the National Hurricane Center. As this Bret is forecast to initially strengthen and then move across the Lesser Antilles near hurricane intensity on Thursday and Friday, bringing the risk of flooding from heavy rainfall, strong winds, and dangerous storm surging waves. Given the larger than usual uncertainty in the track forecast, it is too early to specify the location and magnitude of where these hazards could occur. Everyone, okay, emphasize everyone in the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands should closely monitor updates to the forecast for Bret, have their hurricane plan in place. Hey guys, these are the latest model runs that I just ran, and you can see there's still a couple moving to the north, but they're kind of outliers. Almost everything is bringing it straight due west, right into here. Some bring it into the this area right in here, and then more than likely, like I said, we just dissipate. This is the direction right now. This kind of purple line here. That's the direction. Okay, going back to the satellite, this is the latest 6-hour satellite loop of Bret. And this is the changes. You can see what it's doing here in the past 6 hours. Still remains pretty disorganized. It's, you know, it's got some outflow here, up here, but it's still not really organized all that well. Over here, this one is even less organized. There's a lot less convection even associated with Invest 93, at least at the moment. Now, I'm sure there's some interaction between these two right now. And looking at the water vapor view, this is a water vapor 6-hour loop. Okay, you can see there's some dry air up around in here, all around it, but it's got a nice, this area here, they got a nice little pocket going there of moist air, you know, and that's what they're traveling through. They're kind of overcoming some of this dry air that's kind of surrounding it. But eventually, as it gets over here, some of that dry air is going to get entrapped in here, and that's going to be one of the other things that's going to help it to not to get real strong, to keep it on the weak side. So guys, all in all, you know, Bret is going to be either a strong tropical storm or a minimal hurricane when it comes in and goes through the islands. Thereafter, pretty much all the models are showing it getting weaker and dissipating, moving to the west. Doesn't appear to be any threat at all to Florida. Of course, we may have our own thing going on here with some more severe storms. If we look here at the U.S., okay, these are some of the wind speeds right now throughout different parts of the United States. You can see going through here right now in North Florida. There's quite a few storms moving through there. You can see all the lightning strikes. You know, a little bit of stuff going on over here in the Gulf. And some of this will be moving across the state today. You can see we're in the green. This is all representative of the one-day convective outlook for day one. And you can see we're in the green, so there's a chance of thunderstorms pretty much throughout Florida again. Throughout this entire Gulf area here. Chance of thunderstorms throughout the day. And let's see, take a up here. And we got some thunderstorms moving through here right now. South Carolina, Georgia. Then we got some over here, some thunderstorm activity, even in North Carolina. Virginia. And let's see, going further north, everything up here looks pretty clear. We don't see too much going on up here. And finally, here's a shot of the U.S. Some of the temperatures. You can see right now, 61 up here in New England. 82 down here in Florida. Right now at my weather station is exactly 83 degrees. And the feel-like temperature is 91 with the humidity of 79%. That's in Port St. Lucie, Florida. And you can see down here, 90 degrees. Pretty warm down here, deep south here. Get over here into the Caribbean. In the islands, 88 degrees, almost 90. And here, looking at some of the water temperatures here. We got 86, 81, 84, 84, 83, 84. I mean, they're pretty warm. They're almost as warm as the air temperatures right now. Some of these places. Look at this. Oh my God, goodness, look at this over here. Marine observation. Right here. Look at that. Oh my God, 90 degrees. It's the water temperature. Right there. Florida Straits. Extremely warm. Over here, 86. That's a ship's observation. 85. Plenty of warmth in the oceans this year. Plenty of warmth to support hurricanes. Over here, 80 degrees. Normally we would see, like out in here, especially out in here, temperatures probably in the 70s still for this time of year. You know, it's not normal to see 80s. I mean, some of these areas are 3, 4, up to almost 5 degrees above normal for this time of year. Okay, we're going to wrap it up for this morning. So guys, you have a great day. We'll keep you posted on the storm, what it's doing, and we'll have another report tomorrow. So everybody have a great day. Stay safe. Again, this is Joe, hometownweather.net and treasurecoastradar.com.